February the 10th, 2022, and welcome you to Jake's Bounty. Hey, I'm in the garage. It is a Throwback Thursday. Let's do it. Alright, thank you very much for tuning to Jake's Bounty. I'm your host. Oh shit. Jake Hernandez. I almost spilled my coffee again. Done that like 4 times today. The first time I did spill my coffee, I was like, oh motherfucker. That's how today's gonna start out. Alright, I want to go ahead and thank the music today, once again provided by Instruments of Murder right here with their album Sacrificial Lamb, coming out March 2nd. Alright. I also want to thank the sponsors for today. We got Final Days of Planet Earth over here again at Ray's Video, $1 7-day rental. Good stuff. I'll watch it and review it one of these days, I promise. And also get dog training for dummies. You big dummy. Over here at Jake's Bounty, just $5.99. That's right, no longer $10.99. Type in the word dummy, alright? Have a passage from that later on, but right now, let's go ahead and get into the news. The girl who said she was stabbed by an alleged abductor basically made it all up. That's right, it was a joke, she said. This happened in Kalinga just the other day, and they interviewed witnesses, and the witnesses were like, hey, I didn't see anything. There was nothing to see. There was no guy over there and shit like that. He was 5'10" and had a hoodie on and this and that. And then when they came back to interview her again, she ended up saying to the cops, well, it was all made up. It was a joke. And she is not facing any legal charges at this moment, but she may be facing school punishment. That's right. Man gets injured in Fresno. This central Fresno happened at Shields Avenue and Channing Way, 11 a.m. This happened when an argument between 2 men in a parking lot. A 21-year-old man was shot in the chest and stomach, and he is not cooperating in the investigation. And the other man, they believe, was in his 20s, had a ponytail, and drove off in a gray sedan. I don't believe it. Anybody in a ponytail, he has a BMW, and it's a convertible. Anyway, they are gathering evidence and looking for anyone who possesses a surveillance camera. If you have any info, go ahead and leave it for the police, all right? Adventure Church files lawsuit against Tower Theater owners. Not very churchy, is that? I think they were supposed to turn the other cheek. I guess they don't do that, huh? While they're claiming a breach of conduct, they say that they agreed to purchase the entire property of the Tower Theater for $4.8 million. And then Sequoia Brewing Company was found out 2 months later to have also a say in that decision because they're located inside of Tower Theater. And the sale was halted last month because of this reason, and the church is now suing for their legal fees, all right? Massive fire destroys central Fresno home. This happened on Palma, Dakota. 2 people, they got out safely, and the house was a total loss, unfortunately, and investigation is underway, all right? 51-year-old man was shot multiple times in southwest Fresno. Let's see, this happened on Sampson and Clara Avenue, and at 7 p.m., 3 gunshot wounds were found to the lower part of his body. He believed to have an altercation at the home, as well as there was a party seemed to be going at the home as well. A lot of parties that have like shootings or like stabbings that end up happening. I remember this one time when I was at this party where, you know, that supposedly happened. I never saw it. I never, you know, actually heard anybody going like, oh, I'm getting stabbed or some shit. But supposedly somebody got stabbed at the party I was at. I don't know if it was true or not, but just so everybody knows. They do happen a lot, you know, and that was like 20 years ago. So now it's like more of like a normal thing, unfortunately. All right, well, let's go ahead right now and get into our dog training for dummies. And we're going to go ahead and read a passage like we have been. Teaching your dog to come when he is called. Come is one of the most important commands for safety, which the dog learns. The truth is, if you don't have a dog that comes, one day you won't have a dog. Pretty good. That's why this book is full of different ways to teach your dog to come. name, recognition, recall, touch. Every command you teach your dog helps him want to be with you. It helps him come when he's called. All right. The following sections focus on the actual way you can teach your dog to come when you call him, and some important points to remember when using the come command. Man, there's a lot of comes. Teaching the dog the recall game. All right. Before you teach Buddy how to come, Buddy needs to master name recognition and touch, which we discussed in an earlier chapter. When you're ready to teach come, follow these steps. All right. You must do these exercises so you're sure your dog understands what come means. When you say, Buddy, come, there must be no doubt that he knows what you expect of him. If he doesn't come when called, you need to be sure it isn't because he doesn't know what the command means, but rather because he couldn't hear you over distractions of life. All right. So there's more on that, obviously, of how to make your dog come, and you can get that right now at Jake's Bounty, and it's Dog Training for Dummies, and it's just $5.99 when you tell them the word dummy. All right, so let's go ahead right now and get into our Throwback Thursday little jot down memory lane. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about the time I actually was able to stop a fire that had caught fire on the back fence where we were living. It was, wow, some time ago, probably like 30, not 30 years ago, but like 25 years ago or thereabouts. Anyway, my dad had been doing some painting, and it was very hot, and he had some rags that he put into a garbage can, and you never do that on a hot day in the garbage can and the paint, and then you know what happens next? Well, the garbage can just went up in flames, and then the fence started to catch on fire, and then somebody told me, hey man, your fence is on fire. And I was the only one home, and I was like, oh shit. You know, first I was like, oh, this guy's full of it, right? I'm gonna go back there, nothing's on fire, ha ha ha. I go back there, sure enough, it's crackling, smoking. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like trying to get the hose undone in the backyard. It's not a very big fire at this point, but by this time I can hear the fire engine in the background coming, and by the time I had it rolled out, they were actually already ready to come into my backyard fence, and I was like, okay, they know what to do. So they didn't have to use the actual big hose on their you know, fire engine. They actually used my hose that I had unraveled, and were to spray it down, and whoo, no more fire. The house didn't catch fire, I didn't catch fire, but it was a scary situation, and I think that's happened to almost all of us, especially for us guys. We like to set things on fire, especially when we were younger, or maybe older like me, and maybe you've almost caught yourself on fire. I remember this one time I was filling up a lighter, and I was trying to get this lighter working. It wouldn't work, and wood wouldn't work, right? And so I just kept on putting more lighter fluid, the wick was fine, and then finally just lit it, and my whole hand caught on fire. I was like, oh shit! Shook it off, and then did the whole drop and roll. But yeah, I think we've all, you know, almost caught our whole house on fire. No? Okay. Maybe it's just me. All right. If you have, or if you remember a time when something that you caught on fire went really crazy, and you're like, oh shit, I better call the fire department, go ahead and leave the comments below. Let me know I'm not the only one. All right, well, that is our Throwback Thursday moment, and I'm talking about tomorrow. We got the news, my bounty, which I'm going to show you right now. Before I do that, though, I wanted to show you this little thing I found yesterday. I keep finding more and more weed containers. This was the Golden Grape Hurricane Light pre-rolled. Looks like it had a joint in it, basically, 1.3 grams, 100% Canada's blend. All right, that's all it says on it. Never had hurricane rolls. If you've had, go let me know in the comments below. Here's a look at that right there. All right, there are some remnants in there, and I scraped it out. And now I'm going to show you my bounty. I'm going to come around. Hold on. The bounty is right here, and I did very well. Not as well as yesterday, but still very well. It was a full bag, so imagine this full. So I got a purified water right here, and then I got a Sunkist full of like chewing tobacco, Another, let's see, haze. A little bit of chewing tobacco as well. Water, Modelo, and a Rockstar grape, also full of chewing tobacco. People chewing a lot. Disgusting habit. Not like picking up cans. All right, let's go ahead right now and get back to the show. I'll tell you about our sponsors one last time. I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors, Dog Training for Dummies. Go ahead and get it right now at Jake's Bounty. When you type in the word dummy, you get it for $5.99. And also, final days of the planet Earth. I almost said the day the Earth stood still, but no, it's not that good. It's Daryl Hannah, Gil Bellows, and Campbell Scott. Final days of the planet Earth. $1, 7-day run-on. You get it here at Ray's Video, all right? Like I said, tomorrow I have my news. My news, no, it's the world news. It's also my bounty. We'll have some more new music and so much more. Come back and join us Friday for Funky Friday. And you guys be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Here's some more of Instruments of Murder or Sacrificial Lamb. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2021. You can follow his Facebook, his channel, his website. Go leave a like, leave a comment. As always, please subscribe.